What's up, travel fans? You're on with Ron in another episode of the Travel Nerds. What's going on, guys? Before we get to our video, please take a second, check us out on our other social media pages: Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok, all of our channels. We deeply appreciate the support. Make sure to like, follow, subscribe, all of that, and we'll get you more content coming up. On today's episode, we actually did an event review and went up to the Frontier Festival hosted at Cedar Point in Sandusky, Ohio. So, a little bit of background on the festival. It's being hosted for a month long. It goes from May 14th to June 13th. You can find it back on the Frontier Trail in Cedar Point. The main access point where I'd recommend starting is over by Gemini when you cross the train tracks. That kind of puts you in the heart of the festival, and then it'll feed off to your left over by Skyhawk and back towards the swings, and Snake River Falls is kind of where it ends. And on the other side, it runs all the way back to Steel Vengeance and the train. So it's kind of that whole corner back there where you can access the festival and do all the festivities and things like that. The festival itself is partnering with Maria's Field of Hope, which, if you're not aware, that is a charitable foundation. It's a nonprofit. It's called Prayers for Maria, Sunflower Fields of Hope. And what they do is they help fight childhood cancer. This was actually named after one of the children. Her name was Maria, and she unfortunately had a very rare brain tumor and succumbed to it at a young age. So this was founded to help with childhood cancer and support families who are going through these types of problems. So Cedar Point partnered with them. So the theme of the festival is twofold. It is sunflower themed, as you can tell, for the Prayers for Maria Foundation, and it also is cherry themed, being the summer festival frontier. Cherries were a great sweet treat. You could do a lot of fun things with that. So that's kind of what you're going to see when you go to this festival. Everything is going to be, all the food and everything is going to be themed in a cherry base. You're always going to find something cherry in the food, and you're going to see all the decorations and everything being sunflower in support of the Prayers for Maria. So there's really three parts to the festival. First part being the shopping. In the general merchandise you can get in the store in the back there, they've got some specific Frontier Festival merchandise as long as specific stuff for Prayers for Maria, so definitely check out that gift shop. And then if you go to the left of the festival, over by Skyhawk, they have different stalls from local vendors where they're selling different things that are really kind of frontier themed. They have a candle making area, they have a beekeeping one where you can buy honey, they've got some different flower designs and different things like that. And then of course there is a stall from Maria as well, from the charity itself. So there's some different shops and different shopping that you can do. Really kind of a fun thing. Next, the other piece of it is the tasting. They have food and they have drink tasting. So basically how this works is there's all these different stands. There's 10 different food stands, and each one of those food stands has a couple of different options. Again, mostly cherry themed options. They have things from like hot cherry cheese on a stick, deep fried cherry cheesecake chimichanga. They have warm cherry cobbler, and then they have some interesting ones. They have Cluck and Chuck nuggets, where you get a tangy barbecue and cherry ketchup. They have a barbacoa nachos. It's like a cherry on the barbacoa. They have buffalo chicken strips, a cherry buffalo chicken strip. So there's some different food and stuff that you can try and go through that. And then of course the belly washers as well, all the different drink testing. They have some general classic drinks, like just some different beers and seltzers and wines and stuff like that. And then they have some actual like creative cocktail stuff, both alcoholic and non-alcoholic, for the festival as well. So you can try a bunch of different ones of those as well. And we'll explain in a minute how that kind of process works. But the third piece then is the entertainment. They have a big stage put up in the back there, and they have different acts that are coming in and performing for you. So you can hang out, listen to some music, try some different food and beverage, do a little shopping. It really is a cool festival. We were really impressed compared to what they did 2 years ago when they had this similar type of event for Prayers for Maria. It's definitely grown. It's definitely a lot more engaging, a lot more fun, and honestly, I think it's a lot more worth it now compared to what you were doing before.
What makes me do the kind of thing that I do? Hey, I'll never
cost for the festival is pretty reasonable. It's free to walk around. You don't have to pay to get into a certain area. It's not behind a fence or anything like that, so you can just walk around the festival, listen to the music for free, shop at the stalls for free. If you want to try the food and drink, you want to do the beverage tasting or the food tastings, you need Frontier tickets. These are tasting tickets. So basically you go up to the front, you pay for a fee, and then you get one of these placards here. You can get an 8-taster or a 12-taster, and then you cash in these tickets for different food and beverage. The food side ranges from 1 to 3 tickets, depending on how big of a food it is. Like their smoked turkey leg dipped in a cherry glaze was like 3 tickets, where some of the other stuff like a smoked brisket slider was only 1 ticket. So that'll kind of range depending on which foods you want to try. On the drink side, it's a little bit more straightforward. You can get a 4-ounce sampler of something, and it's only 1 ticket. If you do 2 tickets, you get a full 12-ounce drink like a lemonade or a non-alcoholic beverage. Or 3 tickets gets you a 12-ounce beer, cider, or seltzer. So it's kind of a little more straightforward on that side, but each time you cash in a ticket. So depending on how you do this, what we were doing is doing like the sampler size drinks and the smaller ticketed food items, so that way we could try the most stuff while we're walking around. So definitely kind of gauge it. You can always buy a second placard if you really want to. There is a discount for season ticket holders as well, so it was a little bit cheaper for us having a season ticket compared to not. But definitely check it out. But you do need the placard in order to do any of the food and beverage. You don't need it for the singing, you don't need it for the shopping, but you do need it for the food and beverage. So check that out before you start getting in line for food and realizing you don't have a tasting ticket. They did also have some festival-themed games, mainly for kids. I mean, adults were playing it too, but they were kind of themed around kids, kind of an easy way to play and fun. But they had these 4 different little games, and they were all festival and farming themed, which was really cute. And a bunch of the little kids that we watched walk by and play. They absolutely loved it. So that was something really fun to do too. Overall, the festival was really engaging. It was really decorated well. Like I said, Cedar Point really stepped up their game on this. It was really impressive. We had a blast. We're going to be going again this weekend to check it out again. Definitely, I would recommend trying to get up there during this festival. It only runs from May 14th to June 13th, and remember, for May, they're only open Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, so plan that accordingly, and do not forget, right now, you do need a reservation for the park as well. So for right now, you do need to make a reservation. They haven't made any knowns otherwise, so do make sure to plan that accordingly, and you can check out our other video where we talk about the reservation system for Cedar Point and kind of going over that in one of our trip tip videos. Well, this has been another episode of the Travel Nerds doing an event review. Let us know in the comments if you guys visited this festival. Let us know what your thoughts are, how you thought it, what you liked, what you didn't like. Let us know what your favorite food was. We definitely have our favorite picks for this, but we kind of want to know what your guys' picks are. So we didn't want to name any of our favorites, kind of let everybody explore and try their own thing. But let us know in the comments what your thoughts were on this. And if you had any questions about anything, of course, RJT Travels is a fee-free travel agency and will definitely help you out. Even with something simple like Cedar Point, we can help you get information or do whatever you need to do to plan that trip as well. So reach out to us, let us know if we can be of any help. But otherwise, leave your comments below about what you thought of the festival and what your favorite food from the event was. Also, don't forget, check us out on that social media. We can't stress this enough. We really appreciate the support. Anytime you like, subscribe, follow, definitely helps us out. So check out our social media pages. Otherwise, you guys have a great night. We'll get you next time.